Hey Sag, welcome to Turn Heal. Welcome to the place where we turn heal our way to self-love and unity consciousness. I hope all is well. Let's get started. I come to you, humbly God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Sag Collective needs to know for mid-July or whenever they watch it? The readings I did today have been interesting. It's been with, I did a reading for Gemini and Aquarius, and those readings were very potent, spiritually potent. So I'm curious to see what this is the last reading for the day, so I'm curious to see what the Sag energy is bringing. Okay, what's going on for Sag? Ancestors. All right, so today's readings are just sponsored by everyone's ancestors and guides, because these are all just spiritually potent readings. All right, let's get to it. Nature. Gemini had this. Going with the flow. Whew. And the Sage. Yeah, all right. Those three readings are definitely connected. Now, the Aquarius reading, it was spiritual, but it was like what that spiritual person can do in the real world. Like it was that. And what they wanted to do in the real world was reclaim their throne. Okay. In someone's life. So let's see. It was very hot and heavy, to say the least. But we have the Sage energy. This is more closer to the energy, the cooler energy of Gemini. The Gemini reading today. 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups. Okay. All right. So, overcoming toxicity is the name of the game here. You have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. At the bottom of the deck, that's self-sufficiency. 7 of Swords here. All right. 7 of Swords in reverse. It's just dropping toxicity. I feel like this is just a journey of doing that. It is something that you need to walk away from. Something that has roots in your life. All right, this energy, I gotta switch gears. I didn't take enough time in between the two readings because the Aquarius reading was so different. It was in a different energy, and now this one is way more serious, way more somber. So let me ground it. So we have the double energy coming out with that 5 of Swords, all right? This is like, not the best energy. All right, it's definitely some toxicity that needs to be released, and it is being released. The fact that the double card is coming out in reverse in your conscious awareness, okay, it's coming out on top of your conscious awareness. So you're realizing what needs to go, whether it's within you or outside of you here, all right? Not feeling regrets about it. Some of it is social circle energy. It's like a crowd, a tribe, a group. This has social circle energy for sure. There does seem a beat, it's like, you're seeing this, you're seeing it for what it is. You're seeing it, your head, why am I getting so lost for words? You're facing it head on. You're recognizing this double energy and you're like, what am I gonna do about this? That's what it feels like, because I don't feel like action is being taken here. Whew. It's like you finally saw the beast behind the the false mask. And now you're like, oh shit. Nine of Swords, thinking about it. Now, this can be you finally recognizing your own inner beast. It could be that. But I feel like it's more so social circle. And people around you who are just not good for you. And it's just like stunned. I don't know. It just feels, it feels a little stagnant, because it's like when you see something and you freeze, you know, something that scares you, you see it and you're like, that real quick second of freezing. This is that moment in time. Okay. It's like, oh shit. Now what? You know, fight or flight. Someone's stuck right there. And I see this because this is how it's coming out in the reading for me right now. It's like, I can't get past that part. And that's what it feels like. It feels like this person can't get past that freezing moment. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? What do I do next? Whether you recognize something that's toxic in you and you're like, whoa, how do I solve this? Or if you recognize it's something toxic in someone else, you're like, the fuck? It's just in this stagnant mode, just staring and watching like, okay. It could be realizing the toxic situation that you're in. It could be someone in a relationship and not realizing how toxic the person was. Definitely had that reading for Sagittarius before, where someone woke up and realized how toxic someone was, and they were with them for a while or something like that. And then they were just like, kind of like, okay, well, I'll just go with it. But this energy is like, you're just watching them. You're like, oh, you know, this person still looks the same, but you see them in a darker light now, because you see how you see their darkness. So it changes your perception of them. So you're just watching them like, okay. It's like that, that movie Us, right? Where it's like your tethered energy looks just like you. Right? That, spoiler alert, hopefully you watched it already, but that moment where the kid was they were driving, everything was done. At the end of the movie, the kid was looking at the woman, looking at his mom like, I know you're the tethered one. You're not my actual mom right now. And he's just staring at her, realizing the darkness, like, okay, you're the tethered one who killed my actual mother. And you're just watching, you know, observing this energy. That's the energy there. It's like, it's really so dramatic. It's so dramatic how the energy is coming off right now. But this, that's how it feels. The veil was lifted and you're realizing somebody, this could be with someone else, but someone's realizing how dark a situation is. And that they have to move on. It was so long. It was so much time being in this illusion with the Seven of Cups. Somebody didn't see that. With the Page of Swords. See, this is that energy of like, see, with that previous Sagittarius reading that I did before, where someone realized who someone was and they decided to just go along with it. That's still the energy here with the Page of Swords in reverse. It's like, this is an opportunity to grow out of this situation. We have this Time card. See, this might be a situation you've been with someone for a while. You've known someone for a while. This could be family, friends. It could be a relationship. It could be a job situation, whatever. The veil was lifted for a reason. You're seeing the truth about the reality and the nature of this culture, the nature of this relationship, the nature of this person. It's like you're realizing the darkness of the situation because it's time to go. Someone's not seeing that opportunity. They're being slightly immature in how they're handling it. I don't know why I want to say it just comes with this emotional immaturity, because It's a fear of like, I have to level up, I have to step up on my own. Somebody might be actually depending on this person. That came up with the last Sagittarius reading too. Even if this feels almost like parent and child energy, and I don't think it is. I think it's a relationship, but it's a parent-child type of dynamic where someone is very much domineering and this other person is very much a childlike energy. They just go with the flow of whatever this domineering energy is pulling the relationship to whatever direction this person wants to go. This person was stifled by this energy. For some of you guys, this is talking about a parent-child dynamic, and you might be realizing the nature of, you know, how toxic a relationship is with one of your parents or the family culture. You might realize how this was going on behind the scenes all this time. That's pretty much what's happening. So whatever this relationship is, it's toxicity that you realize has been there all this time, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? 1122. It's a little bit of a mind F because it is like, it's like a double reality. There was an illusion, if this is family, for example, there was this illusion of happy family. We are out here having barbecues and having a great time. And then there was this underground reality of what was really happening at those barbecues. Maybe someone was getting abused, you know, whatever the case is. You know, it feels like, I don't mean to get that dark, but it feels dark, okay? There's gonna be different levels to this darkness. So whatever the situation is, you'll know what it is. But it's like happy illusion, dark undertone. And now the happy illusion is being ripped away, and now you're just seeing the dark undertone. And now you have to face that head on. I don't feel like you can ignore it any longer. Somehow it's been revealed to the point, you might have had hints, because the illusion was there and maybe the dark undertones peeked through the illusion, right? Like this is a film, and sometimes it peeked through and you're like, oh, that was kind of weird. Oh, red flag. But now the film is up and you're seeing the nature of this fucking beast. This is so crazy dramatic. Oh my gosh. And I've experienced this, so I know exactly what that feels like. That is crazy. And I also understand what that feels like to freeze and not know what to do with that information, especially if this was something that you've been in for a really long time, that you've experienced. You had this reality. You were living in this reality for so long, and to realize there was an undercurrent, a darker undercurrent all this time, and you didn't realize. It's like you were swimming in this ocean and you were enjoying and you were frolicking and you guys are playing fucking water volleyball all this time, but you didn't realize all the sharks that were right under you. They weren't bothering you. They weren't talking to you. Maybe at some point they'll just sniff at your foot, but they were minding their business down there. But the energy was still there, and you didn't realize it. It does make sense of certain things, like, wow, why is this coming off like a horror film? Oh, I'm so sorry. If you're going through this, I'm sorry. This can't be this can't be an enjoyable reading. I mean, if this is you, but this situation isn't enjoyable, and if you're resonating with this, then you need to hear this, okay? This is the not so pleasant parts of coming into spiritual awareness, right? This is a part of a spiritual awakening for you. This is a wake-up call for you. If you're experiencing this, this is your wake-up call to realize. See, some of you guys, this could be just you seeing things on a surface in this 3D realm, and then being in a dream space and seeing the nature of really what's happening. It could be that happening too, okay? So just be mindful of that. And you're realizing like, oh, there is a whole nother reality, which is true. It is. It's a whole nother reality. The spiritual reality is so different. And you start seeing the illusions. You start seeing how many people are just not who they are coming off to be. When you step into that spiritual awareness, now you can see through the mask, you know? But it can be so jarring, and so it's trippy. It's trippy. So whoever's dealing with this, you've seen signs. You've been playing frisbee, playing water volleyball in the ocean with a bunch of people. Everybody's like having fun, enjoying themselves, and then you'll just notice like, oh, where did this person go? Oh, they disappeared. And you're like, well, that's weird. Okay, keep playing. You know, you notice signs that things are a little bit weird, but you didn't know why it was, because the water was so murky. You couldn't see clearly. You couldn't see all the sharks, the monsters, the beasts underneath that. Oh, my God. All right. Let's get some solutions here for whoever's going through this. It's the second time this type of reading came out for Sag. It does seem like there's some shadow stuff going on here. Breakthrough. It's a breakthrough because now it's no longer a hint like, oh, that was weird. Now it's like, oh, sharks. Danger, monsters, tigers, bears, oh my. I need to get the fuck up out of here. I just don't like this energy. Tower. With this, this is a tough energy to navigate. It's even a tougher energy to explain. Even though I've experienced this energy, even me like trying to explain it, it just... This is, okay, another example of how this can play out in a real life sense, because I've been speaking in terms of like, I've been bringing the examples of imagery and metaphors and such. This is like, let's say you're in a relationship with a covert narcissist. With covert narcissism, the reason why it's covert is because it's easily covered up. It'd be covered up to you. Like, you're like, it's so hard to pinpoint why or how this person is fucking with your spirit or fucking with you emotionally, but you know, you feel it. You're just like, why does it feel so screwed up? And if you would try to tell someone what it is that they're doing, they can easily say, well, you might be overreacting. I don't think it's that. It's covert. Someone has to speak up, like bring the truth out, because I think it's been covert for so long, and now it's becoming clear, like, okay, I'm not tripping. This person is fucking with me, or they are, they're not who they say they are. They are like they're a pretty dark person. Look at that, the false mask. This is really, this is tough. There's a need to communicate, at least communicate this to yourself. Now, I'm not an expert in how to deal with narcissists. I could post a channel that is really good at that. Because sometimes they say, you know, there's a need to communicate. Communicate this to yourself for one. Like, be like, okay, this person is fill in the blanks, okay? They're darker than what I thought they were. And I don't need that energy around me. There's a need to come to terms with that for yourself, okay? Now, whether approaching them, I don't know if that is going to help. If this is like a narcissistic energy, I don't know if that's going to help, because all they're professionals at gaslighting. So that's probably not going to help the situation. You just have to go through this internal knowing and make a plan, okay? I'm going to suggest right now, yeah, it does feel like this feels like a spouse. I would suggest watch the Cancer reading. I talk all about how to manifest things, and it's actually called "This is your escape plan." So it does seem like someone needs to escape a situation. What are they feeling to say? You're gonna have, whoever's dealing with this, they're gonna have to grow. Like I feel like grow up. Like grow up, see what's happening here. This is real life, son. Okay, this is reality. You're gonna have to grow up and hold your own and fight for yourself. If this is, if this is like a caretaker or something like that, who's like, they take care of you, whether it's a parent or it's a spouse, but they're paying all the bills, you know, and you're gonna have to grow up and get out of this. They put you in this child mode to control, and you went along with it. Reflecting on that, reflecting on those red flags that you saw, is gonna help strengthen your conviction about what you're seeing when the veil is lifted. You have the Star card coming out. Looking back so that you can see what you need to go towards. That conviction of what you're seeing right now, your present situation, is gonna come from you really seeing things for what they are, right? And then also looking back and seeing the moments that are providing evidence of this. One covert act is not enough to like really say like, oh, this person is dark or whatever. But multiple, after a while, it's like, okay, this is not a coincidence. I cannot write this off. There's too many of these types of, is that bad? Is that toxic? Did they lie? It's too many of those situations now for you to make excuses for this person. So build up your evidence for yourself so that you can have conviction about who you're dealing with, and so that you can have the strength to move forward and honor yourself. So you're no longer conflicted, and if they try to gaslight you, you know what it is already. I'm not playing this game. I feel like because it's covert energy, it's probably best for you to move in a covert way. I don't feel like it's the best. It's up to you. Figure out how you want to deal with this. But being confrontational in this energy, I don't feel like that's the best way. Just be observant and plan quietly. What's the advice? Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep looking forward. And watch the Cancer reading talking about an escape plan. Okay. This person's not going to cooperate with you. They're not going to cooperate with you trying to break away. They're not going to cooperate with you seeing the light. They're not going to cooperate with you standing up and fighting for yourself. They're just not. They're not going to be happy for that. So I feel like for this energy, I really do feel like quiet movements. That's another, that was definitely what I talked about in that other Sagittarius reading. I'm going to post that in the comments, okay? So you can watch that one as well, because it's going back to that energy. Quiet movements will be important with this how to navigate this energy. This person is professional at covering their tracks, so being straightforward is not going to work with this type of person. If this is a spiritual battle, then you're going to have to use spiritual tools. If this is not, you know, this is not a spiritual battle and you're just dealing with someone who's a covert narcissist and they're just fucking with you and you don't know how to handle it, your realization of what they're doing and your observation is going to just help you keep building up this conviction of this reality that you're, the present reality, the real reality of what you're experiencing, and it's going to keep giving you more ammo to move forward. You can manifest a way out, and what I said in the Cancer reading, I use a very generic, I have used a very generic affirmation to manifest things, which is, I am aligned with the perfect solution. This is a beautiful affirmation to use when you don't really see any way out, okay? It takes the pressure off of you to try to figure things out. It's just saying, I am aligned with the perfect solution, in this case, to get out of this situation. Keep in mind, when you keep it that general, things can shift as a result of you saying, I'm just aligned with the perfect solution. The universe is going to bring the most elegant solution for you. It might not play out the way you would want it to play out, okay? But it will be the most elegant, perfect, divine solution. It can still come with pain, but it's better to do that than to stay in this painful situation. This situation is no bueno. This person isn't going to celebrate you for trying to assert your independence. So I do feel chameleon spirit here is needed. A crafty spirit, a crafty energy is needed because you're dealing with a crafty person. You're gonna have to, for example, just act like everything is cool. Keep staying the way you're staying, keep moving the way you're moving, keep that schedule going how you're keeping the schedule, but you're planning your escape route. That's what I feel. Move quietly. Overcome any obstacle. Rhino spirit, you can do it. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Whoever, some of you guys might not have come into this energy where you've recognized this yet. Watch and wait. This is why I don't feel like, that's why someone's not taking real action yet, okay? Because I feel that energy of just watching and observing, which needs to happen. So some of you guys are following your intuitive guidance, like, I need more information. I need more ammo to really confirm that I am seeing what I'm seeing, that I am experiencing what I'm experiencing here. Let's say if you're getting signs of certain things in the dreamscape, and then it starts to bleed over. You start to see evidence of what your dreams are telling you in this reality. You might need to just keep observing so you can realize the language that you realize, oh, I can trust what's coming in. This is actually divine communication trying to give me a heads up on something. Watch and wait, observe. Swan spirit, time for a deep dive. There's a need for you to tap into a part of you that you haven't tapped into before. You were comfortable in this state. You were comfortable with this person being the running the show, and now you have to tap into a certain part of you that is no longer that. Let spirit be your guide in this situation. Yeah, see, and I felt that mouse spirit. Let spirit be your guide in this situation. Move quietly with the mouse. When I was saying move quietly, I saw the mouse in my mind. Here we are. Move quietly. Quietly follow. This is you. This is your guidance. Quietly just follow. Follow your guides, follow your intuition. Your intuition is quietly trying to lead you out of this with the least amount of collateral damage. Okay, whatever this is. without rustling feathers. It's like if you realize, you wake up and realize you're trapped in a dungeon with a dragon. You didn't know this person was a dragon. Now this dragon is they're falling asleep, they're taking a daily nap, and now you have this quiet guidance that's trying to tell you like, hey, that's a dragon. Let me show you out. Shh. Tiptoe. That's what's happening here. If you feel like you're being led out of a situation, and if you feel like there's something dark going on, observe. Ask for clarity. You can ask for clarity in your dreams before you go to sleep. I keep feeling the dream state, so maybe it is coming in the dreams, or maybe you need to ask for it, but whatever the case is, that's what's happening, all right? You can get out. You're gonna be super, oh yeah. And then here we are, ancestors. Your ancestors are here, like, we're gonna help you out of this sticky situation. We're gonna help you out. You can get out, you will get out, and you'll be way stronger, way wiser for it. I had to deal with a situation like this, and this is exactly what happened. That is when I got into tarot readings. I went to tarot to try and figure out, I was like, I need better tools. I don't know how to deal with this type of beast. And once I started doing tarot, that's why I call it Tarot and Heal. And once I started doing tarot readings, I started getting this information, things I needed to work on to clear out my energy so I can be more of a better channel to get the messages. Then I started getting information about the people around me. I started getting confirmation about the dark situation that I was in. And then I started getting information as to how to move. Some of you guys are dealing with, it can be spiritual warfare, and you need to start using spiritual tools. It's time. Check out the Cancer reading. All right? Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG, Tarot and Heal. If you want a personal reading, check out that info box below. I'm wishing you the very best. Thank you so much, and until we meet again, peace.